India is fast becoming the technology hub of the world, and its critical information infrastructure is any system whose destruction would have debilitating effects on its national security, national economy, public safety, and public health. Whether it's vast servers and databases storing the country's key national data, banks with systems responsible for thousands of transactions every day, power plants key to the country's energy security, or its telecom networks which integrate systems and networks across the country. The National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, NCIPC, a unit of NTRO, plays a key role as the national nodal body protecting all CII in the country. While the internet has made information available to all, it has also created dangers across the world in the form of espionage and cyber attacks. Whereas in espionage, innocuous users are unaware of adversaries seeking to steal valuable national data. On the other hand, cyber attacks can cause disruption, confusion, and panic, not to mention serious supply chain disruptions affecting the country. Vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, aka VAPT, plays a key role in monitoring the health of critical information infrastructure system. This is the exercise that allows testers to probe within the systems to understand the gaps that attackers could potentially exploit to breach the cybersecurity perimeter. VAPT professionals need to search deeply in networks and devices across the architecture, find through detailed analysis potential vulnerabilities, and once found, inform infrastructure owners who can then patch these systems. With this challenge in mind, NCIPC, in partnership with Aicte, is undertaking a program for the crowdsourcing of ethical hackers from around the country. These ethical hackers would need to have the technical skills, be willing to learn global best practices, do deep research and study, and last of all, innovate with new ideas. It is with such a diverse and talented pool that such a program would succeed. But how does one set up such a pool? Democratically and giving everyone the opportunity to be a part of it. Well, coming soon is the NCIPC AICT Pentathon 2024. This will be India's first national level VAPT exercise, opening up the opportunity for all technical colleges and universities in India to participate in a challenge specially designed to resemble and mimic real world CII entities. The competition will be conducted in two phases. Stage 1 will be a Jeopardy style online qualification round to be held from March 15th to 17th, where the top 25 teams and 100 individuals will be shortlisted and invited to a Stage 2, which will be an in-person final round to be held from April 2nd to 4th, 2024, to select the winners. Top teams and individuals in the competition will be rewarded with cash prizes. In addition to the prizes, the top 10 teams and 40 individuals will be recognized to be part of the pool of ethical hackers to be enlisted for VAPT exercises in 2024. But howsoever talented and skilled the students are, they would still need to be vetted, mentored and trained to be ready to undertake VAPT for India. Does all this sound interesting? Then sign up by scanning this QR code and keep an eye on this space for all further announcements.
India is the only country in the world to build population-scale digital infrastructure to improve service delivery and let the young tech guys build innovative business models like fintech companies, fast-tag payments, etc. on top of this. India is now the country in the world with the highest number of digital transactions in the world. The contribution of digital economy to the total economy is expected to be 20% by 2026. COVID pandemic, the advent of 5G technology and the proliferation of the Internet of Things devices and the recent advances in large language models and generative AI have all increased the pace of digitization. So everything is moving from the physical domain to the cyber domain. Cyber war is now the fifth domain of warfare after land, water, air and space. We have seen massive usage of cyber offensive operations on adversaries both before and during wars, be it Russia-Ukraine war or the Israel-Hamas war. With the increase in attack surface, both the numbers as well as the complexity of cyber attacks are going up. From being used as a source of espionage, it has now become disruptive with Viper malwares and ransomware attacks disrupting the services of critical infrastructure operators. We also see state-backed actors trying to maintain persistence in our critical infrastructure, evading detection so that they can cause disruption at a time of their choice. National Critical Information Infrastructure, that is Nciipc, a unit of NTRO, is the national nodal body for protection of all the critical information infrastructure in the country from cyber threats, cyber terrorism and cyber warfare. It is a statutory body created under Section 70A of the IT Act. Its specific mandate includes delivering advice to reduce vulnerabilities in the critical information infrastructure of the country, evolving protection strategies, vulnerability assessment and audit methodologies, undertaking activities enabling the growth of skills, working closely with academia et al. Honorable Prime Minister during his visit to NTRO on our last Foundation Day had exhorted us to involve the youth of the country in solving the pressing challenges of the organization. This Nciipc Aicte Pentathon 2024 is a unique challenge to realize the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister to deliver our mandate. One important step in protecting the CIIs is to find out their vulnerabilities and help them plug the same. There is massive shortage of cybersecurity specialists in the country. This scheme has been designed to bridge the cybersecurity skill gap prevalent in the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing domain in the country and make the college students job worthy before the end of their college life. We are in touch with the critical information infrastructure entities. They are ready to get their cybersecurity posture tested by the winners of this hackathon. We plan to have one such pen testing exercise every month for the CIIs throughout the year, and at each of these exercises, prizes worth rupees 10 lakhs can be won by the participants depending on the severity of the vulnerabilities found by them. We thus hope to create a unique large pool of pen testers who are given hands-on opportunity to hone their VAPT skills. The best performers can then be promoted to have their own startups to provide VAPT and other cybersecurity services. Given the growing demand of these professionals across the globe, we can easily promote them to export cybersecurity services just as we are doing IT services now. By making this an annual event, we plan to develop a continuous pool of pen testers who will prevent our cyberspace from exploitation by the adversaries and at the same time help us improve the cybersecurity posture of the CIIs. We need to give the challenge enough publicity for all the interested students to participate in the same and make it a success. I am confident that the AICTE network and its expertise in conducting such national level challenges will help us achieve the desired goal. Thank you and welcome all once again. Jai Hind.
Honorable Chairman AICTE, Professor P.G. Sitaram. First, we are really very happy and glad to partner with both these organizations for this initiative because we believe that this is one of the very critical initiatives where we can actually contribute towards national development directly. Sir, as AICTE, we have more than 3,005 degree engineering or technology institutions under us. We have more than 3,500 again diploma engineering institutions around us, with us. And in total, if we really look at PG institutions and other institutions, we have more than 8,400 institutions with us. Soon, sir, we will be actually adding BCAs, which again is a very important pool which we can get for this, about a couple of thousand institutions under our domain. So as AICTE, sir, we have more than 10,000 institutions and annually around 1.3 million people, or 1.3 million youngsters graduated. And from that perspective, and based on our experience and what we have realized, is that even if we go to tier 3, tier 4 institutions, we get around 10 to 15% students who are extremely talented and have hunger to actually perform. However, many times our premier organizations like this end up reaching to premier institutions like IITs and NITs, and there they have many more opportunities, certainly IIT or NIT institutions, because they are getting approached by large number of institutions. But our AICT institutions, there is huge hunger in them, and this is a very good platform where we will be actually using or exploiting or exploring the potential which is there within our AICT institutions. Sir, when we started this hackathon entire initiative in 2016, hardly anyone had heard the word hackathon within our government organizations. And I personally traveled across the country, addressing about 1.2, 1.3 lakh people and around 40 ministries about what is hackathon and how it needs to be done and so on and so forth. And with the backing of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, now you see hackathons happening in nook and corner of this country. So we are very, very excited that we at AICT kick-started this entire movement, and now this has snowballed into a huge national movement. Another important initiative which we have done and is of good relevance here is that to handhold institutions in a very, very systematic way, we have established Indian Institutional Innovation Councils, what we call as IICs. Currently, we have IICs in 7,500 institutions. And through these IICs, in last 1 year, we have done more than 84,000 programs related to innovation and entrepreneurship, in which around 3 lakh plus students have participated. So this is the pool which we are looking at, and we believe that when we are looking at Pentathon, this pool will actually go ahead and participate. And certainly, sir, and the guidance of Honorable Chairman AICT, sir, we will able to create the basic pool which is required for cyber security related issues or expertise for our country, sir. So thank you very much. We are extremely excited to join hands with you, and this is just the starting point, and we hope to see many more initiatives under your leadership, sir. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Very good morning to all of you. Mr. Naveen Kumar Singh, VG, Nciipc. Dr. Abhay Jere, Vice Chairman, AICT, and all the dignitaries present here in this launch of Nciipc AICT Pentathon 2024. It is really, I'm very happy to be here today, to be part of this launch of the Pentathon 2024. It is truly an immense pride and excitement for us at AICTE to work together with Nciipc to launch this Pentathon 2024 event. Very unique initiative on cyber security to engage young talent of the country to improve the cyber security posture of critical information infrastructure entities. Today, as a country, we have created one of the largest digital public infrastructures. You can start naming from the vaccines, what we administered, it is online, the data, which is a large number. And similarly, even in education sector. So we have now, Minister of Education has come with a unique ID for every student in the country. That unique ID is called APAR, which is linked to Aadhaar. And along with Academic Bank of Credits, which is a bank account for credit accumulation. And I feel that this too, along with National Credit Framework, where there is a lot of flexibility in taking many courses, credits, even skill courses as part of the academic bank and get accumulated in academic bank. This will be the new QR code for learners in India. So this is going to be close to about, once it is completed, all the registrations. It's just started 3 months back. We have already crossed 25 crores. We are expecting to cross 60 crores. That means every student will have an ID, starting from Balavatika to PhD. And his all records will be in his bank account, like what is called as Academic Bank of Credits. So that's a very unique initiative. Let me also give you a brief background about AICTE to you, some of you. How many are engineers here? Graduated from our engineering colleges? Oh, quite a large number, you see? Quite a lot, all of them. So you know about AICTE. All India Council for Technical Education started as an advisory body in 1945, then British government. And then, in 80s, when large number of engineering colleges mushroomed in southern part of India, Karnataka to start with, and then to Andhra, that time, AICTE was vested with the regulatory authorities. So today, we don't want to call ourselves as a regulator, but we want to be a facilitator. That's where we have made a difference to the entire engineering community, because today, we can proudly say, our engineers are everywhere in the world. You name the industry, you name the companies, without an Indian diaspora, having a degree from India is not there. No company exists. Even top CEOs of the country are, just to give you a number, India is doing technologically very well in terms of, you take number of papers, we are in the top 5 in the world. Take number of patents, again we are in the top 5 in the world. We take number of startups, we are top 3 countries in the world. Top 3. That means just about 15 years back, we hardly had any startups. They called startups were 100 or 50 maybe. You can count in fingers. But today we have 1,25,000 startups. All this has happened, as I said, for a startup you need ideas. These ideas has come from these hackathons, which AICTE has started, and it has become like a festival in every institution. Our IIC activities, Institute Innovation Council, and these the startups are actually doing a buzz. So why I said this? Because we have a very cream institute, top institution like IIT. I met one of the alumni of IIT. I was a director of an IIT, but I'm not an alumni of IIT. These Indian Institute of Technologies, today there are 23 of them. When they started in 1950 to 60, there were 5 IITs. All of them were basically elite engineering colleges. There was no concept of research and innovation until even 2003. In 2003, there is actually a current science paper, you should see that. There very clearly counted how many research publications and innovative ideas have come from these IITs. By then, in 2003, there were 8 IITs. Today, there are 23 of them. So 8 IITs put together was less than one Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, which is my alma mater, and also I'm a professor there. Okay? So, but today, IIT Madras has taken over even Indian Institute of Science in terms of publications, and in terms of IIT Kanpur is number 1 in innovation through our NIRF ranking. IIT Kanpur is, that means these IITs have transformed themselves in 20 years, from 2003 to 2023, as multidisciplinary educational research universities and contributing to the innovation ecosystem in the country. Now I will come to the AICTE. Dr. Jere already told you we had close to 1.3 million engineers every year, and these are the engineers who are actually doing the startups. You can see the number of startups, 1,25,000. None of my IIT graduates are there, at least in India. They might go and do startup in America after earning a pay package for 5 years. Huge pay packages, okay? But the young people have hunger to do something, and also they are left with the opportunities what is there in our country. So they remain in the ecosystem, and these are the scientists who are there, who put the Chandrayaan into the orbit, and the right on dot on the South Pole. Similarly, Aditya L1. You can actually, I went to his ISRO to address along with the chairman of ISRO. I asked this question: how many of the IIT graduates? 0, none. He was telling none of the IITs come to ISRO. So, but they are already doing very well, even with our second and third grade engineering colleges who are graduated. And 30% of them are actually women engineers who are doing exceedingly well. So, coming back to the cybersecurity and other emerging areas, AICTE's 30 to 40% of our engineering graduates are in this area. Actually, very few numbers. Like for example, civil engineers are only about 75,000 graduate every year, and mechanical about 95,000. Electronics 1.3 lakhs, but computer science and data science and other related areas 3.5 lakhs every year. So this is the number where there is a lot of talent, and that talent is a raw talent in rural areas. So the large number of our 60% of our institutions are in rural setting. So I think there is an excellent pool available, sir, and there are many innovative techniques we have done, either creating Center for Excellences, IICs, and we also support research promotion schemes at all these institutions. We have a teachers training. Our Atal Academy is doing exceedingly well. That is AICT Teaching and Learning Academy. We are training more than 1.5 lakhs teachers every year. So whom are we training with? The top-notch companies of the world have signed up MOU with us. IBM, Microsoft, Salesforce. Okay, I can go on. All of them have given a commitment of training. For example, IBM has given 30 million, they wanted to train 3 crore by 2030. They've signed with a deadline and content and all that. So I even asked one of these senior, he said, why are you coming here? Sir, these are young people who are my potential employers of the future. So that's the kind of a story we have, friends. I'm glad that the AICT has joined hands with Nciipc to organize this Pentathon, which will be showcasing the talent, creativity, and dedication of our youth in tackling the formidable challenges of cybersecurity. Our digital public infrastructure, for example, financial, I was just watching the small video. So we are the largest, almost 45% of the UPI transaction happens in the world, happens in India. Okay, and even when we enter the airport, we are going with the face as an ID at 15 airports today. And it may be soon larger. Okay, that's the kind of technology adoption we have done. So how this was all possible because of the digital India, I can go on, Startup India and all these initiatives which started in early 2015-16. So I'd like to highlight that in 2023, AICT organized Kavach, actually with your BPRD, hackathon on cyber security and surveillance. And today, through this hackathon, we got a pool of cyber experts that are currently working with the departments of with the MHA to effectively implement the solutions. So some of these kids who will stay back if an opportunity is given to them. And it could be in the form of startups, it could be in terms of job, it could be in terms of internship. And our internship portal, I just wanted to inform you, we have close to about 4 crore verified students registered on our internship portal. One might ask, sir, where are these 4 crores? Because higher education in India itself is 4.3 crores. That means many others are also have joined this pool, even ITI's people. Because this internship portal has 75,000 companies actually offering the internship. So we have started a new portal called today actually afternoon we are going to launch a new portal on the placement. Because finally, end of the day, education is all about employability. So unless they get a good jobs and jobs creation, there are jobs actually, but they don't get connected each other. Because our institutions are in nook and corner, many of these companies doesn't want to go to those small places. And they are also not sure what kind of quality. But let me assure you, these kids are highly talented. We need only just handle them, give them an opportunity. Because they are uncontaminated, I can say very clearly. And their focus is very clear. Because they come from villages. Not like, rich, young, urban kids will be always on a mobile phone. That is another issue which we anyway trying to tackle in higher education. How to bring really, quality time utilized on the smart gadgets of what our young people. So this hackathon, coming to this hackathon, I was very happy to see 2 stages so that we can identify the talent and handle them, take them to the next level. So during the course of the competition, the participants will also have an opportunity not only challenge and test themselves, but continually learn also through the on-portal training resources and specifically designed mentorship programs. So we are actually looking forward to interact with Nciipc, not just through this hackathon, many other opportunities we would like to offer, because many of our institutions, particularly the private institutions, education, most of the education is in the private sector. 70% of our institutions, which are going to be the future universities of the world, okay, and I don't mind even saying Harvard and Stanford of India, will be in the private sector, because there is a lot of investment is happening, and today our parents and students are going to choose these institutions for their kids. So automatically they have the resources as well as the money. So when we open it up, the education, that's what we are trying to do. As regulators, we are opening up the entire ecosystem so that we have a more participation and more private institutions are coming into this. So in this, VAPT actually, as I heard, plays a very, very key role in monitoring the health of the critical information infrastructure system, and it is very, very important today as the scales are becoming very large, and we need to find a way, because yesterday we had a problem in our work. So we are actually going through every year all these institutions, 8,000 plus another 3,000 BBA BCMs to take approvals from AICT every year. So yesterday our system was down. Suddenly, everybody was panicked, because today, unlike just 10 years back, there were actually queues at the AICT office for approvals. Some of you might know, but today hardly there is anybody. So what I am trying to say is a lot of transparency also come through using the digital infrastructure into the processes and all that. So we were able to do that. So anyway, I'm very happy to be here for the launch, and I hope that all our young people from AICT institutions participate in this Pentathon, encourage the young participant to unleash their creativity, think outside the box, and maximize the power of teamwork. What they bring into you is, I'll tell you, something which you never even thought about, because these are all people who are not conventionally trained. So they will think out of the box. So when that out of the box comes in, if you just mentor them, take them through, they could be a fantastic, very innovative ideas can be transformed into a product or a processes, and then take it to the next level. So I'm very happy that good prize money is also there for them to attract them. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.